Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's less about what the mind can prove and more about what the heart can feel. We're going to explore what it means for faith to be more than just words, to go deeper than just saying you believe. And at the very heart of our explainer today is this incredible couplet from the philosopher-poet Allama Iqbal. Now, this isn't just beautiful poetry. It's a really profound challenge to the very idea of faith. It draws this sharp line in the sand between something you say with your tongue and something you truly feel in your soul. So that leads us to the big question, right? What does he even mean by a Muslim heart and gaze? Iqbal isn't just making a point here. He's basically throwing down a gauntlet, pushing us to look past the surface of what we think we believe. Okay, so let's get right into the core of Iqbal's challenge. We're talking about that gap, that disconnect between just saying the words and having a real, soul-deep conviction. And here's the fundamental split. On one side, you've got the intellect's declaration. Our minds can accept a fact. Our tongues can say the creed over and over. We can have all the right knowledge, all the right arguments. But on the other side, there's the heart's conviction. And the source material argues that this is where the problem is today. Our hearts can be totally empty, even while our mouths are saying all the right things. This is really where the concept of iman, or faith, comes in. You see, it's not just about announcing something verbally. It's defined here as this deep, unshakable certainty inside the heart. A certainty so powerful, it actually changes how you see. It illuminates your gaze. So it's more like a state of being, not just a list of beliefs you check off. And this line from the Quran, which our source really emphasizes, takes this idea even deeper. It's saying that real blindness, it isn't physical, it's spiritual. When the heart is disconnected, the eyes can be wide open, but they don't truly see. True vision, in this sense, it comes from the inside out. So where does that lead us? Well, it takes us to the next step, the inward journey. How does faith make that huge leap from being a sentence on the tongue to becoming a living reality in the heart? That internal shift, that's the first and most crucial step of all. And once that journey begins, it sets off this incredible chain reaction. It's like a set of dominoes. First, the heart awakens. It truly connects. And from that connection, your gaze, your very perception, it has to transform. And once you start seeing the world differently, your entire life just finds this new profound sense of meaning. So let's be clear. This Muslim gaze isn't some list of rules about what you can and can't look at. It's not a checklist. It's a completely different way of seeing, a perspective that sees the artist's signature on every piece of the artwork. It's a total reboot of how you experience reality itself. All right, so what does this actually look like in practice? What are the tangible results of this new perspective? How does the world change when you look at it through this powerful, renewed lens? Well, this shift changes everything. Where you once saw reasons for pride and arrogance, you now see reasons for humility and awe. Where you used to see just stuff, physical objects, you now see divine artistry in every single leaf, every star. And this is maybe the most profound shift. The allure of sin gets replaced by the strange and powerful beauty you can only find in repentance. What this all adds up to is a completely new way of being. Your pride gets swapped out for a genuine humility. Simple, everyday things, working, eating, talking, they get elevated into acts of praise. And finally, the words your tongue says are in perfect sync with the conviction your soul feels. There's no more gap. So this brings Iqbal's century-old wisdom crashing right into our world today. How does this challenge land with us now, in our age of constant distraction and, let's face it, a lot of superficiality? Our source makes this really stark, pretty provocative point. The outward signs of religion are everywhere. The mosques might be packed, but it asks the tough question, are the hearts inside just as full? It's a critique of a kind of religion that's so busy with the outside stuff that the inner connection just withers. And this really gets at the difference between a ritual being a meaningful act of worship versus just a habit, When the heart's not in it, something as profound as prayer can just become a series of physical motions.
The body goes through the motions, but the spirit is somewhere else entirely. And that is the huge difference between habit and true worship.
So, if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. True faith is one. It's a single, unified experience that flows through your entire being. It's not a bunch of separate ideas or theories you hold in your head. It's one, all-encompassing feeling, one reality. And so here we are, right back where we started. But hopefully, Iqbal's words land with a totally different weight now. We can see that the intellect's declaration is just the very first, maybe even tentative step. Without the heart's submission and the gaze's transformation, that declaration, as Iqbal puts it so bluntly, is nothing. It's the difference between knowing the map and actually walking the path. So I'll leave you with a final, really personal question to reflect on. It's a question that cuts right through all the theory and all the ritual and asks each of us to look at the very core of our own conviction. Where does your faith actually live? Is it something you say, or is it something you are? And that, perhaps, is the most important question we could ever ask ourselves.